my YouTube family, and welcome back. I'm Lakeisha Annang, and I'm a side hustle strategist and coach. I'm on a mission to help 10,000 ladies turn their skills into profitable side hustle. Why? Because you deserve financial freedom. You deserve to live life on your own terms, and you deserve to make sure that your gifts and talents are not going to waste. So today I am coming in with something a little different. I am sharing my personal story so you can get to know me a bit more, and I would love to know more about you. So I'm Lakeisha Annang. I'm a side hustle strategist and coach. I'm based in Milton Keynes, initially from South London. Shout out to all my South London people. I am from Ghana and Congo. Because of my name, Lakeisha, a lot of people think that I'm Caribbean, but I am not. However, I do love Caribbean food. I've been to a good 14 Caribbean countries or so. So I think I can be qualified as an island girl. But yes, I am not Caribbean. I know my name is a typical Caribbean name, but I am from Ghana and Congo. So that's a bit about me. And in terms of me generally, so I'm a wife to an amazing husband. As I mentioned, I migrated to Milton Keynes a few years ago now. I love traveling. I just believe in creating experiences and exploring the world that God has created. I love traveling. I'm also a property investor, so growing a portfolio of buy-to-let properties specifically, which is simply just buying properties and renting them out. And yes, I call myself like a undercover foodie. Like, I'm not like a foodie like that, but I do love good food. And I'm not that type of person that if I'm hungry I'll just eat anything. Like, no, especially if we're talking about dinner, I've got to have a whole good meal. So yeah, that's a bit about me. My values are particularly around growth, integrity, authenticity, and freedom. As I mentioned, I love to travel. I love to be able to do what I want to do when I want to do it. That was a big driver of why I started a side hustle in the first place, and then replaced it with my 9 to 5. And obviously I'm now a full-time entrepreneur because I want and love living life on my own terms. I didn't want to, go on holiday and be thinking about work and be thinking, oh, I don't have enough annual leave, or, my leave is not going to get approved. I wanted to be able to do whatever I wanted to do, like when I wanted to. So yeah, I'm really big on freedom. I'm really big on growth. I believe life is about, never staying in the same place, but always moving forward, always leveling up. And authenticity is big for me as well. Showing up in as you truly are, like not trying to be someone else, not doing things because someone else has said to do it, but really being true to yourself and doing what you truly want to do and showing up as you. And then finally, integrity is one of my core values. A lot of people, when we think of integrity, we think about being true to someone else. So because you said you're going to do something, keeping to your word, which I'm a firm believer of. Like, your word is important. It's what gives you a good reputation. However, most importantly, like, are you being true to yourself? Are you having integrity to you? Because I find that I speak to ladies every day. Like, we don't have a problem showing up for other people, but if you're saying you want financial freedom, for example, you want to create a life that you love, like, are you showing up for yourself? And I just feel that it's all well and good having integrity towards other people, but ultimately the relationship that you have with yourself is equally as important. So showing up for yourself, having integrity to you is key, and those are core principles that I live by. So yeah, that's a bit about me. Of course, this channel is all about helping you to turn your skills, like monetize your skills and expertise. But aside from that, I do have a charity as well. I am a co-founder of an international award-winning charity, Revive Congo, where we specifically sponsor orphans in the Democratic Republic of Congo, which is where I'm from, and we help them with primary education. And we are now helping young entrepreneurs to improve their digital literacy, because we know we are living in a digital age, right? We know the benefits and the advancement that having access to technology can give to us on a daily professional basis. So, yes, that is a bit about me. So, why I do what I do? I do what I do because there are so many women out there, gifted, talented, but oftentimes we hold ourselves back, whether it's confidence, whether it's fear, whether it's not, wondering whether things will work out, perhaps fear of failure. I've been there. So, to give you a bit of a backstory, I mentioned I'm African, I'm from Ghana and Congo. Growing up, was pretty much taught to, face my books, which means study hard. So, growing up, it was expected, that you work hard, you do well in your studies, you get a good job, and, that is it. And that's what I done. I was very academic. I went on to study law at university. I then went to one of the best universities to do a master's in international policy, because I've always been about making an impact. And I got a good career in government doing policy and project management. I was climbing the career ladder very quickly. I am still young and was young at the time, and, had reached a point where I literally had a big team, and sometimes, managing people double my age. And usually, like, the only black girl in the room, the only black person, in the department or whatever it was. And, I had done pretty well for myself. On paper, things looked good. It looked like I did have a good career. But I did not feel fulfilled. I felt unfulfilled. I felt like I just knew there could be more to me. I felt like my gifts were going to waste. I felt like I was just restricted. I didn't have autonomy. And I decided that, I had to be real with myself and say, like, is this the life that I want? And I decided that enough was enough. I couldn't go on like this. And I knew that I could eventually, I had always wanted to start a business. I knew that there was a possibility of me being able to start a business, but I had no clue how. Like, literally, I didn't know people around me who had businesses. Like, it wasn't like I came from that sort of background. Like, I was from Croydon, literally the hood in London. If you know, you know. If you don't, then you can Google it if you want. And I didn't have that experience. I didn't have, that direction. So I decided to invest in myself. I decided to invest in myself, to find someone who was where I wanted to be, could support me to get there. And ultimately, it was about banking on myself and walking out of my comfort zone. Because the truth is that most people are taught to, get a job and, get your promotion, etc., which is absolutely fine. But if you are someone who's now done that and you're now wanting to start a business, it's coming way out of your comfort zone. So I had to continuously, consciously make the decision to do that. And I did. And I went from starting a side hustle, I think like 2 figures, to building that and replacing my 9 to 5. And that came because I chose to show up for myself. I chose to bank on myself. I chose to invest in myself. Ultimately, you are your biggest asset. So for me, I was happy to take the leap. It was a leap, but I don't regret it at all, one bit. So that's a bit about me, why I do what I do, my values and my story. And really, there's no point sitting on your potential. There's just no point, because why should you, when you know you can move forward, when you know that you do have the capacity, when you do have the skills? Ultimately, the choice is yours. Do you want to stay where you are, or do you want to take a step that your future self will thank you for?